Stranger in here. Welcome to a Pokemon Unite video. Now this is going to be something very special. I decided I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I do with Zeraora, items, all the other stuff, just because he is the character I play the most in the game. Mainly because I was waiting to get Cinderace, and then I realized I like Zeraora more in the game. I think I like jungling in the game. So I thought, hey, why as well share what I know and see what happens, see if you guys can learn anything. I played Zeraora about 70 times now, with about a 75% win rate, which in my opinion is pretty good. In this game I play a total of 230 games, so I think I'm pretty experienced. Maybe not the best, I probably don't know everything about the game obviously. You can probably learn a lot more from someone else, but I thought I would give it a go. So hopefully you can learn something here. Now real quick, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before I get into this video. Also, comment down below who you main the most and what items you use for said character. I would like to know how you actually build your Zeraora, if you actually play Zeraora a lot in the game. Now let's get right into the items. Now, the battle items that I would recommend with Zeraora would be Fluffy Tail, mainly because when you use it on a wild Pokemon, you can stun them to do more damage, and they also will not attack you for that short period amount of time. It also only takes about 25 seconds to recharge, so you can use it over and over again really fast. Now this item is important for killing ons faster, so that you can get out of the jungle couple seconds faster to gank lanes, which is nice, so you can actually get kills there, or put pressure to give you an advantage on that lane, or at least your allies on that lane will have an advantage. The other good things they are good for are the boss Pokemon. Rotom, Zapdos, and Dreadnought, all of them get affected by this Fluffy Tail, and if you use it on them, they actually get stunned as well, and your entire team does more damage, so it's very, very useful against boss Pokemon, and it can really turn tides of war. The only other item that I might recommend would be the eject button, mainly because if you're being chased and you're low on health and you don't want to get, killed by the opponents, you can use it to get away. Or you can use it to catch up on the opponents when they're running, so you can knock them out and get XP, which, in the end of the day, is nice as well. So go with whatever you want, but I would recommend Fluffy Tail more. Okay, let's go over the moves real quick for Zeraora. Zeraora starts out with Agility and Slash. Slash does damage and throws up the Pokemon at the final hit, while Agility allows you to dash quickly, and it actually increases the user's basic attack speed for a short time. I actually didn't know that. Learning stuff every day. Anyways, when you're done, you can actually, you will actually be able to change Agility out for Volt Switch or Spark. Volt Switch allows you to switch back and forth between where you dash, doing damage both ways, and with the plus of that, the upgrade increases the move's damage and the amount of time increase basic attack and speed lasts. Spark allows you to dash 3 times, well it's more like a jump, and does damage each time. Also, when it's upgraded, it restores the user's HP of the user if the user performs a basic attack before reaching the target Pokemon, which is actually kind of nice. Now, with Slash, you can upgrade it between Discharge and Wild Charge. Discharge, if anyone's in that area, it will do damage. And when you upgrade it, you will actually decrease the movement speed of the Pokemon for a short time. Wild Charge unleashes the combo that deals a set amount of damage. And with Volt Switch Spark, or a boosted attack before using this move, the number of attacks in the combo will increase, so you will do more damage depending on if you use other attacks. I personally choose Discharge over Wild Charge. I also choose Spark over Volt Switch, but you can do whatever. Also, when Wild Charge is upgraded, the move also deals damage to nearby opponent Pokemons when it hits, which is actually quite nice. Now, the ultimate move is amazing. It's Plasma Gale, unleashes the blast of lightning, dealing damage to the opposing Pokemon in the area of effect and throwing them. This also increases a Zone of Plasma that increases the user's basic attack range and deals damage dealt while the user is inside the area. So, base attack range is up, and you will do more damage while you're in there, which already makes it amazing. Then you also have a passive, which is Volt Absorb. So the Pokemon gains electric charge whenever it receives damage, converting a portion of the damage to additional attack. So when you get attacked, you do more damage. That's basically what's happening. Basically, all you have to worry about in terms of his moves, again, I would recommend Spark and Discharge for his 2 primary moves, but you can try experimenting a bit to see what you like. Okay, now let's talk about jungling itself. Now, in Pokemon Unite, Center Lane is what they call it, but I call it jungling because of League of Legends and Smite a bit. But you go into the Center Lane, and you want to attack Pokemon in specific orders. Now, I usually go with the Lillipup first, and then wherever it goes, follow where it walks, that's where the Ludicolo will spawn. If you knock out the Ludicolo, it will allow you to do more damage to wild Pokemon who are low or hurt on HP. Then, go up to the other area and attack the Bouffalant. His buff allows you to actually slow people down when you hit them, which is really good for ganking. So if you're about to take someone down, instead of them running away because they're faster than you, you slow them down. After that, you want to go kill the Corphish. After you kill one of the Corphish, you kind of want to be looking at your map. It might be great for you to actually start ganking, depending on if they need your help. If you think that whichever lane you're closest to right now doesn't need help after killing said Corphish, go up and kill the other Corphish, and then start ganking one of the lanes. After about like 10-20 seconds, you should be able to go back and they should respawn and keep doing that over and over again. Now when it comes to ganking, there's a specific way you want to do it. You gotta be careful because if you do it wrong, they kill you and then you lose XP. Well, you don't lose XP, they gain XP, which is bad. You don't want them to gain XP. And you're stuck for a few seconds dead, and you could have gained experience. It could be bad. One of the best ways you can do it is if their team's pushing your team, that's a way to go in and help. The other way is like maybe if they're distracted with some wild Pokemon, you think you can jump in on that, and especially if your team's there, you can jump right in on that. They can help you, and you could do quite a bit of damage, and with that Bouffalant slowdown, you could take out one, maybe even both of them. Now you gotta be careful because their jungler is also gonna be starting ganking probably around the same time that you are, so they could jump in at any time and just end everything, and it would be sad. Okay, let's talk about the bosses in the game. Rotom allows you to get free goals on the opponent's team because he makes their goals useless. That means you don't have to wait for your circle when you're there to get filled up. That means you can get insta goals when they hit you, they don't stop you. They also can destroy Rotom, so you gotta be careful of that. The next boss, Dreadnought. If you can defeat him, your entire team gets XP and a shield. Very good for if you want to go into a combat and win, because if you go into a team fight with that shield, it can make a big difference. The only other boss, Zapdos. Now Zapdos appears the last 2 minutes around the double point mark. This is why Zapdos is... Some people say Zapdos is broken. Zapdos, when you defeat him, gives your team plus 20 in Pokeballs, the guy who defeats him, 50, and insta goals on all of their goals. It makes them defenseless, basically making a bunch of points being gained for the team who gets Zapdos. Now, I'd say obviously Zapdos is the most important, but you gotta realize that Zapdos, you don't need to win, you need it to win. Sometimes it's best just to camp your goals and Zapdos to make sure they don't get Zapdos and that you stay ahead in points, not just get Zapdos. I'm seeing people out there all the time just starting fights with Zapdos when we're in the lead, and it causes us to lose because then the opponent team will come on in and steal it last second, and then we lose the game because they wanted to take on Zapdos. We didn't need it. We just needed to play defense, and we would have won. The other mons, I would say, that are important would go Dreadnought and then Rotom. Rotom is the least important just because it can be destroyed, and you don't get much XP from it. Sure, it can make it defenseless, but as I said the last 2 minutes of the game, you can avoid that because with double points, anything can happen the last 2 minutes. Dreadnought is super important just because you get XP and a shield. Really good. Also, remember the Fluffy Tails work on all of them, so very nice. And at the 2 minute mark, they all Dreadnought and Rotom disappear, and only Zapdos will be the only boss Pokemon on the field. So be careful with what you do. Zapdos is the one you need to be careful with the most, but Dreadnought as well. At the end of the day, play Zeraora how you want to play him. Experiment with the game, try different moves, different items, maybe stuff that I didn't do. The game just came out a couple weeks ago. You may figure out something else someone else hasn't figured out, like a new route or something like that. But who knows? Tell me how you actually play Zeraora and how you build them in the comments below. Maybe tell me about how you play another character below. I'd love to know. But I'm going to end this here, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. More Pokemon-related content, other things we do on this channel. And don't forget to sub and like the video. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Good! Time's up! You win!